G'day everyone, Raid0AU and welcome to Planet Nomads. This is a return to Planet Nomads. So I've marked this episode as episode number 2. And the reason for that is we did do a one-off video back in September last year to have a look at Planet Nomads. And basically back at that time it was little more than probably you could describe it as a tech demo or a proof of concept, so to speak. It's being developed by a company called Craneballs using the Unity engine. And their plan is to release it on early access on Steam towards the end of this month. I believe if you look in Steam for Planet Nomads, it shows up as the 25th of May. Now, it was originally due to come into early access in April, but that was then delayed. So, effectively I thought what we'd do is it's worth going in and having a look and seeing what they've done with it. I've kept an eye on it over the last few months and just seeing what they're doing. So it's probably a good time now to go in and have a look. So we're going to go into a new game. You've got the option between creative mode and survival. We're going to go into survival. We're going to call it series 1. There we go. This is the seed down the bottom here. Going to change that to Terra Australis. And create. Here we go. We're just generating some stuff. And here we are, we're in our escape pod. We are crashing. Two, one. We have crash landed on the planet. So, okay, here we are. We're in our escape pod. We need to press E to escape to exit the escape pod. So press E. Welcome to the planet. Not quite sure where we are in the universe, but okay. So I guess first thing we want to have a look at is the HUD, and you'll see at the top there we've got our standard compass. There is a marker on it which points us towards our crashed pod there. We do need to use that to rest. So there's a rest mechanic in the game. And then on the left hand side, on the down in the bottom left, we've got our health counted there. So you see 63.1, 63.2, slowly counting up. And 3 icons below that, which is your stamina, your health. Not stamina and health, it's stamina, food and water. The big number is your health. Now the stamina is an indication of your overall energy level. So basically as that gets down, you need to then go and rest to recharge that. Food and water obviously pretty explanatory. Now you'll see there's a little icon there with a foot on it and an X. If we press I to go into the inventory, we'll see on the character side here, we've got various stats. We've got health, stamina, nutrition, hydration, temperature shield. So that's your almost like a resistance to or protection from taking unwanted or taking damage or things like that from various temperatures, so cold or hot. Immunity is the ability to be able to combat bio and radioactive sources. So that's quite a good one. I like that one because we are on an alien planet. We're not going to know what's good and what's bad when it comes to food and things like that. So if we eat unprocessed food, the chances are we may get sick from it. And this is sort of an indicator of how resistant you are to that. And then down the bottom here is body resilience, amount of non-life-threatening injuries, affected by untreated wounds and by falling. And you can treat it either with bandages, trauma kit, or simply by resting. all three of these can be, just by resting, you should be okay. Now this little icon here tells me we've got a leg injury. So leg trauma has direct impact on stamina and movement speed. Now I could look at fixing that at the moment, but it'll probably fix itself when I rest. And in our inventory, what we start off with is we've got 2 nutrition capsules, which is worth 20 food each, and also plus 5 stamina. Purified water, 20 water each, and plus 5 stamina. We've got 3 batteries. These can be used in our multi-tool. We'll go to that in a moment. And bandages. So I could use one of those to get rid of this, but I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. Now, as far as our equipment is concerned, we start off with a Mark 1 exploration suit, which is equipped with a suit flashlight, which is good. Jetpack Mark 1. Now this enables flying for a short amount of time. Contains the energy source from which the suit is powered, and that's important. We'll get to that in a moment as well. It also determines the number of slots we have in our inventory. You see these ones are open at the moment, but we can open these ones up simply by upgrading to Mark 2, Mark 3 jetpacks. And we'll look at doing that. Multi-tool, Mark 1. This is an all-purpose tool. We can gather resources, we can build stuff, we can deconstruct stuff. Basically, we can use it as a weapon if we really want to. So that's basically all there is there. Now on the bottom right on the HUD, we've got the large panel there. If we get our multi-tool out, and you simply do that by pressing the left mouse button. There we go, we've got our multi-tool out. Shows down there that the multi-tool is currently equipped. It's got a 0 above it. That means that the multi-tool itself contains no energy at the moment. And if we try and mine something, you'll see on the bottom left, on the outside surrounding where it shows the health, if I start mining, and we'll start mining this rock here, you'll see how that starts to disappear. That's an indicator of the energy that our suit has. But what we can do, it says on the bottom right there, so it's got 0 at the top, 210 at the bottom. So it means we've got 210 energy in our backpack. So if we press R, it'll simply put in a new battery, and now we've got 70 power in the multi-tool. Now we do want to collect some resources, and initially what we're going to be looking for is rocks like this sort of one here, and you just want to left click. So it's a lot quicker if you've got power in your multi-tool to be able to do that. Otherwise you're going to need to stop and wait for your suit to recharge. Now one of the first things in all these survival games that we need to worry about is food and water. So you need to keep an eye out for these plants here. These have the fireflies around them. You don't want to destroy those plants. Any of these ones around here, so that one, if I hit it with the multi-tool, it will give me some biomass containers. And biomass containers are used sort of like an energy source. It's used in various things to provide energy. But we want to start building, and we want to start getting stuff done. So the first thing we need to do is press B to bring up our build menu. This tells us all the stuff that we can build. And at the moment we can only build one. It does work on an unlock system. So as you build something, it'll unlock other things. So you'll see the next one is base foundation. To unlock this block, build the emergency 3D printer. So we need to build this printer. And we're going to need 2 iron, 2 carbon and 2 silicon to do that. So we've got the carbon, we've got the iron, we don't have any silicon at the moment. So we need to find some. It's starting to get a bit dark, so we'll just turn our light on. And we might in fact eat something. Now to eat, you just right click on the item. There's a bit of a cooldown on these, so you can't just spam them. And that gives us a bit more food. And also adds that little extra stamina. So You can sprint using holding down shift. Now you need to be careful of some of these animals. They can be a little bit aggressive at times. So now there's various types of rocks here. These ones here and these ones here. Very slight difference in them. But you'll find these ones around the place, all over the place. If I mine this, it won't give me anything. It just takes away part of the rock. But there will be times when what we might want to do is we might want to remove the rock to get it out of the way. And if you're wanting to do that with any terrain or rocks or anything, it won't give you any items, but basically if you just right click using the multi-tool, it'll use less power and it will do it a lot faster. Just like that. That gets rid of that rock. If we were wanting to remove a rock to be able to stop it. Alright, he's alright. But this one is slightly different look to it. And if we mine this, you'll see at the top right hand corner. Hey, go away. This is my rock. Don't make me shoot you. I will. So you're going to keep coming for me? Alright. Ow, he did get a hit off on me. But we'll loot him. Didn't want to kill him, but I had to. So we got some raw meat from him. Okay, so back to this. So if you look at the top right hand corner as I mine this, it's giving me iron, carbon, silicon. There we go. So now what we can do is if we go to press B again, we just want to drag this down to our hotbar down here, and then press 1, and it will just show us the wireframe. Red is no good, you can't place it. Green, obviously you can place it. We'll press tab. Now the tab button is important in this game in the fact that it swaps you out of just normal mode like this, and that rain is really, really loud. Between normal mode and building mode. So this is building mode now. And then with our multi-tool, we just point at this. There we go. We've built ourselves the emergency 3D printer. And you'll see in here we've now got access to make just some basic stuff in here. But if we press B, now we've unlocked the base foundation. So we'll bring that down there, and to make a base foundation we need 1 frame and 3 panels. So we go to our 3D printer and we need 1 frame, 3 panels, and to move the stuff from here into your inventory you can just double click it. You just need to wait for these two, and I might actually eat these while we're waiting. And eat those and drink those. There we go. Okay. So now, what we want to do is place down a foundation. Probably just like that. Puts down the frame. Press tab to get out of building mode, bring a multi-tool up, and you'll see up the top left hand corner there it says base foundation, needs 3 of 3, needs plating mark 1. Now nothing's red there, so it means we've got everything we need, so we can just left click. There we go. Now you'll see there that it's made the base foundation, but if you took it, if you look, if I can talk again, If you look up to the top left, it says base foundation 435 and 450. It's because we haven't quite finished. You just need to just bear that in mind, that just because it suddenly appears doesn't mean it's completely finished. Alright, back to our building menu. So now we've unlocked compact FAD machine, which is food and drink machine, and a solar beacon. So next thing we want to make is the food and drink machine, so we need to make sure we can feed ourselves, and for that we need 2 of everything. So we need 2 frames, 3 electronics, 2 composite materials and 2 panels. Okay, so we need 2 frames, 2 panels, electronic parts, 3 of those, 3 electronics, and 2 composite. There we go. We've got 5 raw meat here, unprocessed, highly toxic. So you'll see there that basically if I ate that, it takes away minus 15 immunity. So I don't want to be doing that right now. Alright, we'll just wait for these to be crafted. One more to go. Here we go. Okay. So now we can place our food and drink machine down. Here we go. Once again, bring up our multi-tool. And I'm just using the suit's power at the moment to do that. Now, to access these machines, you press E, as you can see on the screen there. But when I open this one, you'll see here big red triangle, no power on it. So, back to our building. We need to make a biogenerator. By making that, we've now unlocked biogenerator and medium greenhouse. So, we want the biogenerator. And for that, we're going to need 2 of everything. Okay. So back to our emergency 3D printer. So we need 2 of these. 2 of those. 2 of those, but we don't have enough silicon. So we're going to need to find some more silicon from somewhere. And can we make those? 2 of those. We'll get those done. So it's silicon we need. How much silicon have we got? We've only got 1. Oh no, we've got 5 silicon. And we must need 3. We need 1 more silicon. But we're also going to need some more. Oh no, we're not. Biomass is okay. Okay. So, at this point, basically all we can really do is go searching for some more rocks. But you'll notice down on the left hand side now my stamina is showing us 32. That's going to be detrimental, so basically what we want to do is we want to rest, and to do that we just come to our crashed pod here, press E to get in, press the space bar, sleep for 8 hours to replenish stamina and health. Yep. Now it's a bit weird, basically the frame rate drops, like just crashes when it does that. I don't know why. It shouldn't do that. But eventually it comes back to normal. It's like it fast forwards it, but because it does that, it actually it tanks the frame rate badly. Okay, so we're back in the daytime. We can turn that light off now. We want to go searching for some silicon. What we can do is up here, you find these sort of things around. Some are blue ones and some of these. These are like nests. And that animal we killed earlier, this is the nest that it was guarding. But we can use our multi-tool on it. And that'll give us quite a bit of stuff. So, we've got some silver out of that. Aluminium, silver. But, run away, because the animals will not be happy that you've done that. But it was worth it. Alright, so we can open this up. So yeah, we got silver and we got cobalt. And aluminium. Looks like the place I've spawned in is a rainforest of some sort. It just rains constantly. Alright, so how many of these do we need? 2. Alright, 2 of those. Craft them. Now, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to drop some stuff here. Herbs can be dropped, because we need to be able to fit all this stuff in here. I'm going to drop the silver and the cobalt for the moment. Okay. So, we can now make our generator. We'll just pop that on the corner here. There we go. So, we've got our generator up and running. Which is good. Might just turn the light on just so you can see it properly. It's in a bit of a shadow at the moment. But what we now need to do is we need to connect it to the machine, because it's not powering anything at the moment. And to do that you need to press tab to go into building. Press C to open this little radial menu. You can turn it on or off. Connect electricity, disconnect electricity, rename the block. We want to connect the electricity, so we press that, and then we just press it on, left click on the machine that we want it to power. So now that is powered. I might just pick these up. Items will remain on the ground for a decent amount of time, but not indefinitely. So if you don't want to lose it, pick it up again, and then you can drop it again if you need to. So now if we open this up, what we've got here is we can make purified water, electrolyte water, biopaste. This is a bit weird. Dried fruitage, dried meat. We can make some of those nutrition capsules. We can make superfood. So we might actually see if we can't make some superfood. What we need to be able to do that is we need to gather some more fruitage. We might grab that from here. So we'll leave that on. Fruitage, and what's that? Seeds. We are going to need seeds. There'll be seeds again. So we are going to need seeds, but at this point, not that bothered by it. Okay, we'll open that up. And we've got a fruitage, we've got some herbs. So this is a superfood. Needs one of those, one of those, one of those. We've got all that, so we can craft that. What we can then do is dried meat. Make 4 of those. And we've got 3 of those left. 3 herbs left. Might grab the seeds while we're at it. We need to gather some water, and to do that we just come to the edge of the water and just hold down E, and it will give you a container of dirty water. I'm going to grab 4 of them because I noticed there was another plant over here. These tend to give herbs more than fruit, or fruitage, as they put it. But you can get both, and eventually we'll be able to grow that ourselves. So we've got 4 of those, we've got 5 of those, so what we'll do is we'll craft that. And we can do with grabbing just 1 more water. There we go. And we can make another one. Alright, so what we can do is our food is down to 53. This will add 40 to it. So we can eat the superfood. And we can drink a bit of water. That just helps us out. There is a bit of a cooldown on each of the food and water, so you can't just spam them. Alright. So we've got our generator, we've got it connected to our food, so we can make food now. Now by doing that, it has unlocked various other things. But probably the next thing we want to make is a medium greenhouse, I'm thinking. We do want to get the medium 3D printer done, and to do that we need to make, you know what, let's make the reinforced wall corner, because that unlocks all this. Why we need to make this, it's a little bit unintuitive for me, I would have to say, but you know, that's what they want. So okay, so we need 1 of those and we need 2 of those. We don't have enough carbon. Alright, so little tip here guys, basically when you first land, you'll find there's an area like this near your crashed pod. You can mine this, and it'll give you some iron and carbon. And I think that's just to help you get started. So, alright, so we've got 2 of those. Craft. Want that to craft through, another few seconds, there we go. Okay, so now we want to place that down, so it's 5. And now to rotate things, if you wanted to rotate this, I'm not too bothered at the moment because I really don't want it anyway, but you just use the mouse wheel to rotate anything that you're placing. So we'll place that down there. And then use our multi-tool as usual. There we go. Now, I actually don't want that. That's just a reinforced corner for the walls. And I actually don't want that there at the moment. So we can deconstruct it. And to do that, you just hold the right mouse button down. And you'll find it will return the items back to you. But if I go to building menu now, that's now unlocked these items here. So medium 3D printer, we want to get that done, and we do want to get medium greenhouse up and running as well. So I'm thinking we might do the greenhouse first. Now, how are we going for silicon? Silicon's going to be a problem. We need to find some more silicon. We'll come over this way. Now there has been a noise going on. That noise there in the background, and no, not the rain. You'll hear it clearer now. These crystals are around the place. There you go. That noise there. If you hear that noise, it means there's crystals nearby. And each crystal node will give a certain type of crystals, and you can mine these. So this one here gives carbon. There we go. So we got some carbon from that. But ideally what we were looking for is some silicon. Oh, we've got some animals over here. Now, I don't know whether you can see it on the video, but up near this animal up here, you see the blue things there? That's the same as that nest thing that we saw near the other animals. So, and they'll be guarding that. But let's see what we'll get from this. Silicon. Good. Carbon and silicon. That's what we want. Alright. Get away. So get stuck on the rocks a little bit. Now you can use your multi-tool to I'll turn this off just for the moment so you can see the indicator, to harvest trees, but it takes a long time and you just get biomass from them. So if I start harvesting that, you see how slowly that outer circle is filling. Very, very slow. Very slow. So it's just not worth it, to be honest. If you need biomass, what you want to do is find some of these plants, or find any plants around the place that don't have fireflies, and just use your multi-tool on them, and you'll get biomass containers. At a later stage, once we manage to upgrade our multi-tool, it'll probably work a bit faster, and at that point it might be worth doing trees, but at the start it's just not worth it. Okay, so we want to do our medium greenhouse, so we need one frame, one panel, 2, 2 and 2. Okay, let's see what we can do. One frame, one panel, want 2 of those. Aha, silicon again. Can craft those. So silicon is the problem. So that's okay. While it's doing that, we will... where will we go? Let's go have a look up here. See what's going on up this way. Remembering that these animals are around, so we need to be careful with those. The sort of things like these bushes here, we can just use the... Oh, there's got one of those animals there. Just to grab... biomass. Alright, but I'm not interested in your thing. Right, come over this way. There's a rock over here to look at. Grab that. That's carbon and iron. So at the moment I'm not using battery power, I'm using the suit's power. So it is a bit slower, you'll see, to mine those. Yeah. These ones are just like dull things, that they just don't give you anything really. Like this one here. Might give us a little bit of, might give us 1 silicon or something like that. It takes, yeah, it's not giving us anything, so it's not worth persisting with it. Alright, we've got another one of those there, but this rock here should give us some items. Yeah. Okay, alright, so we're getting dehydrated as well at the moment. So yeah, our water's down to 30. So we want to start heading back. We're down to 32 on our stamina as well, so we need to start thinking about resting again. So we'll see if we can't get the... so if we can get the greenhouse done. Oh, go away. Not interested, Mr. Cow. I'm calling them cows because they remind me of cows. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be. I think it is. Hey, don't want to fall down there. The chances are there might be some decent stuff in the sides of that. Alright, come over here. I didn't actually need to make that basic frame or that plating because we already got that. So we got... Alright, let's drop the silver, drop the cobalt, drop the aluminium. That gives us... Yep, that'll do. And it was these, wasn't it? We need... Is it 2 of those? Yeah. 2 of those. Okay. And you'll see our statuses here. So I'm exhausted at the moment. I'm hungry, dehydrated, thermal, probably getting cold because of the rain, and I'm poisoned. But all of this can be fixed really by resting, so alright, we'll just grab those. If we rest in our pot over there, we'll do that in a moment. But what we can do actually is come down here, we can eat some of that, drink some of that, that'll help. Alright. So we want to build our greenhouse. And I'm thinking you build that next to the food and drink. I'm thinking, so seems to make sense to me. Alright, multi-toilet. There we go. And we need to connect it to the power, so back to building mode. Connect, and there. Alright, that's now powered. Can we pick these up? Yep. So we don't lose them. I'm getting so tired now that it's hard to move. Like, you get very sluggish when you're tired. And it's something that I think they need to look at balancing a little bit. Not that I don't agree with it, but I think you get tired too quickly. You need to spend too much time resting at the moment. So with this in here, what we need is to make either of these. We need 4 of those and 3 of those. So I can craft one of those. That's fine. You need the seeds from when you and you get those just from harvesting these plants. All right, so that's probably a pretty decent start. Got our food and water sort of under control. Actually, we can drink another water. But we need to rest again. So I think I'm going to call the video here, guys. It's probably enough for this episode. Got ourselves kind of established there. This is not where we're going to build a base. I'm going to scout around and see if I can't find a better spot. But this is just to get us started. So, hope you've enjoyed what you've watched. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you all next time. I'm Raid0AU, signing out.